Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm pretty excited for this video because today we're going to be talking about all the new indie makeup releases from the past week and my personal opinion on them. So this series is inspired by Angelic and Samantha March, so I will have their channels linked down below as well as all the Instagram accounts that I use for this video. I feel like I say the same thing every single week. It's getting so repetitive, but also I still want to say it because it's important and part of the video. So anyways, let's just go ahead and jump on into the new makeup. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about from this week is a new highlighter from Shop Angelic Beauty, and it is called Bebesita, and this looks really beautiful. It kind of caught my eye because it's definitely a unique highlighter, so it looks to be a loose highlight. It is available now, and it's supposed to be a really beautiful pink shade with a blue shift, and this was definitely something that caught my eye, but I kind of just looked into my own collection because I do have an eyeshadow from Looksy Beauty called Tesla, which is a beautiful pink with a blue shift to it. So I am going to go ahead and pull Tesla out and use that as a highlighter and see if I can get kind of the same look as what this would be. So this definitely, like I said, it definitely caught my eye and it looks very unique, but because I already have an eyeshadow shade similar to this, I'm going to go ahead, and this inspired me to look back into my own collection. So I'm not going to purchase it, but I think it does look pretty. So next is some new lip glosses from Mystifying Cosmetics, and this is exciting. Their first launch was a rose facial spray, which is really nice, and now they are coming out with lip glosses, and these are $10 each, or you can get the bundle for $25, and they just look beautiful. One looks kind of like a corally, I'm not sure how sheer or opaque it is, and then the other two look like they kind of have a glitter to them, and they did say that they are not supposed to be like, what's the word for it? That feeling gritty. They're not supposed to be gritty on the lips. So I think that these look nice, and I'm always here for another lip gloss. I'm not going to be buying anything right now, but I was excited to see them do like a color cosmetics type of thing. So next is a new collection I was really excited about, and this is from Divina Cosmetics, and this is the Dreamweaver collection, which is available now. And I was honestly just in love with this collection from the start because of the name Dreamweaver. It just brings me back. I just love this song. So I'll show you guys the collection. It does have a mixture of new and old shades from them, and I actually only own two of the shades. I have Tundra and Iceberg already, and I think that this looks beautiful. There's definitely a lot of shades in here that I'm really interested in, and you can purchase them individually, but I just feel like I would definitely already have a lot of Clionadh eyeshadows that I want to play with more and get to know better before I even consider making any more purchases from them. But I do think that this collection is beautiful. I look at the colors and I don't exactly see Dreamweaver. I mean, I guess I see it a little bit, but in my head, Dreamweaver is a little bit softer, and I feel like some of these colors pack quite a punch. So overall, I do think it's really beautiful, though, and it definitely catches the eye. Like, the one shade, oh gosh, I don't know what color is that. Maybe, I think it's Hex. Looks like a really cool duochrome, so definitely looks nice. Okay, so next is a little quad from Killer Queen Cosmetics, and this is their Anti-Valentine's palette. This definitely caught my eye because I feel like this is kind of like the essence of Anti-Valentine's, all in 4 shades. There's a beautiful mauve, a beautiful deep red tone, a copper, and then like a deeper sparkly purple, which I think looks really pretty, and the quad is only $15, which I think is a pretty good price. It's pink. It looks very, very cute. I personally won't be purchasing anything from Killer Queen Cosmetics because they do sell mink lashes, but they are a Latina-owned company, and I've heard really great things about their products in general, especially their eyeshadows. I've heard good things about their customer service, so this is really cute, and I like the color scheme. I feel like for a quad, it's pretty good. Alright, so next is something I am extremely excited for. So this is from Divina Cosmetics, and they have been teasing for a while that they are going to be releasing their pink icing set as singles, and they are now finally here to purchase individually for $5 each. They did have the palette, or the collection, which I believe was $60 for all of the shades, but now you can purchase just the ones that you really want, and I am definitely interested in this collection. I think that the shades are so beautiful, so many beautiful pinks, so many beautiful purples, and I really love Divina's formula, and this is something I was definitely planning on buying. So the thing is, though, is that I held back because I know that they are going to be releasing a bunch of beautiful, beautiful green shades that they have been teasing. So I would rather just make an order all in one and do all the greens and do the singles from this collection that I really wanted. So definitely excited about those. Next is another launch that I am very, very excited about. I mentioned JJ Cosmetics in my 18 brands I want to try in 2019. Or maybe, no, I think I called it 9 brands I want to try, give or take a few, because I was trying to be funny. So JJ Cosmetics is a very brand new brand. They just launched yesterday, and I can't promise anything about their stock because everyone was very excited for this launch, and there was a lot of hype. So I'm not sure which shades are already sold out or not, but I will have the website linked down below so you can go check them out. And I will also keep you updated on Indie Makeup Spotlight if you don't already follow my indie Instagram. So first off, they released all the shades of their highlighters. They've been doing sneak peeks, and there's definitely some shades here I was already excited about, but now you can see all of them. These look beautiful. I feel like there's a good mixture. Like there's a few that look like they'd work for fair skin, for medium skin, for deeper skin tones. I am very, very curious to see those bottom 3 shades. What is that? Yes Honey, Copper Spice, and Gilded Roses, to see those on a deeper skin tone, because they are very, very golden. But I'm curious to see how they look. Out of the shades that I feel like would work for me, I was definitely the most excited about Lavender Legacy. I don't know if that'll be a little bit too cool toned, but I think that would be a beautiful inner corner color. And then Sunlit Snow, I just love that name because I'm not sure if this is going to be completely cool toned, but for me, when I look at snow, I feel like whenever the sun is hitting it, it's just so beautiful and it just sparkles and it has like almost this warmth to it. So I love that idea. I think it's such a cool name. And the color looks really nice as well. And then Medusa's Gold is the other one I was really excited about, which is like a duochrome gold shifting color. So excited about those. And then they are also coming out with lashes, which are all faux mink, so they are cruelty free. And they said that the style Gracious is supposed to be a dupe for Mykonos from Lily Lashes, I think it is. I always hear people talking about those, but they are mink, so I would never buy them. Also, I feel like those ones are really expensive if I remember correctly. So they do have, a good array of lashes. And then last but not least is 3 different loose highlighters, and these look really nice too. The one I was interested in is Rosy Posy. So these are all like fairly priced. Like I think that the pressed highlighters are like $11. The lashes might be $11, and then the loose highlighters I think might have been like $10, all somewhere around there. And I was definitely excited about this because the brand owner is super, super sweet and kind, so I wanted to support, and I was planning on making a purchase, but she actually reached out to me and asked to send me a few things, so I am definitely going to be reviewing them like as soon as they get to my doorstep. Next is 2 new lipsticks from Notoriously Morbid. And I am a little bit curious about their lipsticks, not this particular colors, because these are not my jam. I'm curious if they're in like bullet form or liquid lipstick. I couldn't really tell from the website. I know that they are supposed to be matte, and I think that these are pretty kind of like, good Valentine lips. The one is like super bright pink, which it's not something I would wear. But the other one, even though it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, Damfino looks beautiful. It looks like it has like a pinky purpley blue shift. I feel like that's like such a beautiful eyeshadow shade, so I'm kind of curious about it on the lips. So that it caught my eye. It's not something I could see myself wearing, but I appreciate the color. I was about to talk about something, but I'm like trying to remember, did I already talk about these? And if I talked about them, did I talk about the full line? Did I talk about the colors? I honestly can't remember correctly, so if I'm being repetitive, I'm so sorry. But these are available now. They are the Sparrow Cosmetics cream lipsticks, and they did just release 3 shades, and they are only $7 each, which I feel like is a really, really great price for a lipstick and for being an indie brand and everything. And they did release just 3 shades, and they are all different nudes. I'm like living for that, like 3 different nudes. Yes, they have a special bundle pricing as well. I think you can get all 3 for $17 or something like that. So I think the pricing is really, really great. And I am definitely intrigued about these. Not that I need any more lipstick. Okay, so next, OMFG Cosmetics is coming out with 2 new palettes. We can only see one right now. It is going to be releasing March 1st, and it is 9 matte shades. And honestly, this is just like, it's just a straight up rainbow palette. There's nothing more to it. So it really didn't catch my eye. It didn't make me give it a second look. It's not something I thought about for more than 2 seconds. Like, I looked at it, I reposted it to Indie Makeup Spotlight, and I went on with my life because I just feel like this doesn't offer anything to my personal collection. So it's not something I could even, I felt nothing about this palette. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I literally cut my eye, like where my smile line is right here, and it's like literally burning right now. I'm like trying not to cry. Menagerie Cosmetics has given us a few more sneak peeks, and this first one I am so excited about. So in March, they are going to be releasing singles. Yes, so excited. I don't know why I'm so excited, because I still need to play with the palettes. I have played with the Dragon Child just a little bit, but I do not have like even close to my full thoughts or anything. So I'm not sure how I feel yet, but I am excited to see them doing singles and see what colors they do, because I feel like I don't know, they've been pretty trendy. So definitely excited about this, and specifically I hope that they do the shades that are in their palettes, because I know some people didn't want every single shade, or there's just a few that called to them. So I think it'd be great to be able to just buy the ones that you want specifically. And then they're also going to be releasing a liquid concealer, which is pretty cool. I'm always intrigued when smaller indie brands do like any type of face product, like face powder or concealer or foundation, something that has to have shades, because I know that like it's definitely, I don't know if I would say a financial burden, but it's definitely like a big risk going into it, because you have to fund like the amount for a bunch of different shades to be more inclusive. Like, you can't, I don't expect indie brands to start off with like 30 shades or anything, because that's just unrealistic for like an indie budget. So I'm always like nervous for them. I'm like, oh gosh, okay. So I'm curious to see what the shades are going to end up looking like. And I do really wish them the best. They did already say that they are starting off with 10 shades. So by starting off, I feel like that kind of implies that there will be more coming. So I feel like it depends on how the launch goes and how the formula is and everything like that. And I do really like the packaging on this. And then they're also going to be coming out with a camouflage setting powder, which is going to be available in 3 shades, which is, you know, that's pretty good. Like, honestly, like the little camouflage setting powder has like a little chameleon on it, which I think is so cute. Alright, next is a new launch from Divina Cosmetics. I'm really not familiar with them all that much, but they came out with a new liquid highlighter, and the shade is Sparkler. And I think that this is pretty. It did kind of catch my eye, because I'm like kind of a sucker for like this like opalescent light highlighting shade. But honestly, I saw that this is priced at $25, and I feel like that is so much for a liquid highlighter. So I feel like that's kind of crazy. That's definitely something that if I was in the market for a liquid highlighter, that would deter me from buying it. I mean, it looks like an okay bottle, but like, for example, like I have bottles like that from Valentine Cosmetics, which just looks like this, and I think that these were like $12 each or something, which I feel like is a pretty decent price, but $25 for one bottle of highlighter, like I feel like that's a lot. Alright, the last indie makeup release I have to talk about today is from Menagerie Cosmetics, and this is their new The Proof is in the Puddin' palette. And I mean, it's on screen right now, so if you're already familiar with me and my makeup style, you know that these are definitely not my colors. It wouldn't add any value into my personal collection, but, you know, of course I know that just because I don't like something doesn't mean that everyone doesn't like it. I'm sure that a lot of people are going to enjoy this palette, but I just wanted to take a moment to talk about it, because I think that the packaging on this is so cute, and like the theme, and I just live for Menagerie Cosmetics like as an aesthetic. Honestly, I don't know how anyone who works there like doesn't think about food 24/7. Especially this palette. I'm like, I'm hungry just thinking about this. Like, I need a snack. And then I saw that one of the shades is called rice pudding, and I'm like, I'm done. Like, I love rice pudding so much beyond words. Like, I really need to like sit down with my Nana and have her teach me how to make it, because she is the best at making rice pudding. So that the theme definitely caught my attention. Oh my gosh, I wonder if it smells like anything. Like if it smells sweet like vanilla. That'd be awesome. So I am curious about Beauty Bakery's eyeshadow formula, but I feel like none of the palettes that they came out with have really spoken to me thus far, but I definitely think this is so cute. Alright, so jumping into a few mainstream releases, I only have a few to talk about today. So starting off, Natasha Nonna released a new Bloom palette, and I feel like everyone's been talking about this, and I understand why. It's because Natasha, her artistry just sells her products. Like, she does like these beautiful cheek tutorials, and they are like literally everything. So I get it, and I look at this and I personally am not tempted. I'm not drawn to buy it just because I feel like I mean, I haven't watched anyone review it or anyone who has like fair skin, but just from looking at this, I feel like it's definitely not like geared towards my skin tone, which is fine because I already have a Natasha Nonna palette that I love, or that I enjoy. I don't know if love is a strong word. But this is beautiful, and I really like the size of this. I hope that she does more face palettes in this size because it's supposed to be pretty small, and I think that's really nice. Like for the blush palette that I have from her, it's like this big, so I feel like I would never travel with it. The amount of product in there is really, really great, especially for the price. Like if you break it down, it is so much product. Like you could probably use that blush palette for the rest of your life. But I just think having like a nice mini size with 4 shades would be really, really great. So I am hoping she expands this, and this one is beautiful, and it has this nice tone to it. But I think it would be cool if she like did like one that was like more all gold, and maybe do one that was more like really cool toned, a really peachy one. I mean, this has some peach in it, but I think it'd be really cool to kind of expand this line if it does do well, because, you know, sometimes her products are a little hit and miss, but I like the idea of it. Alright, next is a new release from Colourpop, and this is pretty cool. They are coming out with liquid liners, and I am very, very curious to watch reviews and see what people think of these, because I'm in need of a good liquid liner. I used to love the Kat Von D one, but I'm not going to purchase that anymore. The Jessie's Girl one, which just looks like this, which everyone talks about, everyone talks about. People have talked about this being like a hidden gem, and I get it. Like, it is super black. It's very pigmented. The wand is really nice. I don't know why I'm doing this, but it bleeds on my inner corner. When I put it right here, it'll bleed and ruin a look, and it frustrates me so much. So I've stopped using that unless I'm just covering up a little bit of like lash glue or something. So I am definitely on the hunt for a liquid liner, but also, I mean, I could just use gel liner. I really need to get back into gel liner because I feel like that's easier for me. But I think that these would be a really, really great affordable option. So I'm curious about what people say about them. Honestly, I feel like I have not bought from Colourpop in so long that if I had the option to go crazy on their website, it would be really bad, because they've come out with so many products and I have not bought anything. I bought the Ooh La La palette, but before that, that was the only thing I ordered. Before that, I went months without purchasing from Colourpop. Actually, I really would be curious to go back, and other than that one single palette, go back and see when was the last time I made like a decent Colourpop order, because it's been a really long time. I feel like I had to like stop myself and say like, Colourpop, like, you're not healthy for me. All you do is release products, and I want to buy all of them, and I need a break. So I haven't bought anything from them in a really long time, but I think it's really cool that they are expanding on so many different products right now. All right, moving on. This one makes me laugh. So this is a new okay, Amy. This is the new Too Faced Natural Lust palette, and I honestly, when I first saw it, it was one of those moments where I saw it and I was just scrolling through Instagram and I just kept going and I didn't think anything about it, and then whenever I went to screenshot through Trendmood, I saw this palette and I was like, wait, that's where I saw this? Like, that's new? Like, I swear. I mean, I think that they did a palette that was like Natural Love palette or something. Natural Love, Natural Lust. We get what you're doing there, Too Faced. But honestly, like, yes, this has like one pop of blue, but I just feel like I have already seen this. Like, you know what drives me crazy about this is I'm sure that there are some people who are going to love this and buy this, and I feel like this is such a tangent, but I get comments all the time whenever I talk about certain colorful palettes, and if they have a few different like variations of one color, like a few different pinks or something, like, I'll get so many comments that are like, those are gonna look the same on the eyes, they're gonna be the same, and I'm like, I personally like to have those variations and have those options. When you wear a lot of colorful makeup, like, you want to have those options, and I feel like it's probably, you know, the exact same way for neutral palettes, which is why it looks like this. There's so many shades here that would look the exact same on the eye, but no one's gonna call them out for that. And not just them, like, so many neutral palettes, it's like the tiniest little variations, like the Jaclyn Hill palette. I appreciate the little variations, but for some reason, when it's a colorful palette that has variations, everyone's like, how could they repeat colors? And I'm like, they're not exact repeats. I feel pretty passionately about that. But anyways, I honestly just thought this was the same. Like, I didn't think it was a new release, so obviously not buying that. Okay. Okay. Next, we have a potential collaboration. Niki Tutorials posted that, and it says 2019 isn't ready. And first of all, I really think it would be cool if this was Juvia's Place. Like, I am just waiting for Juvia's Place to do their first collaboration. Like, when is it gonna happen? Like, Juvia's Place, call me. Just kidding. Not kidding. So the thing about this is I just feel really happy about it, like whatever it ends up being, is because I feel like with the Too Faced and Niki Tutorials collaboration, like, there was so much drama and so many bad things happened, and I feel like in the end it kind of came out that Niki was taken advantage of and lied to, and it was kind of implied that, like, they were doing shady things behind her back, and she thought everyone was going to get the same quality, and they didn't. And honestly, I feel like that would be heartbreaking. Like, I feel like she was definitely one of, like, the earlier YouTube collabs. I feel like people have learned more since then. And so I think that makes me really sad for her, because I can't imagine approving a product and thinking that it's one thing, and then, like, people receiving it and thinking that it is the absolute worst, like, crap ever. Because some people received it and loved it, and some people received it and, like, literally hated it. So it was very obvious that there was a, like, problem going on. And I think that it was, if I remember correctly, there was, like, more than one factory or something, and that was, like, I don't know. I think that they were trying to cut corners and save money. I don't know all the details. A lot of this is implied, but it makes me really happy that she is getting a second chance and doing another eyeshadow collaboration, or maybe her own brand. I don't know. I don't know if it's a collaboration, honestly. Wait, does it say a collab? I don't know. Sneak peek. That's all it says. So we shall see what it is, but I'm really happy. I feel like Niki does really bomb makeup. All right, last but not least, there is a new brand available at Target, and this is Almar. They are only $10 each for these eyeshadow palettes, so I feel like they definitely caught a lot of people's attention, and there are a lot of different palettes here. I would say overall, none of them truly catch my eye. There's a lot of neutrals going on. I will say that the Mystic, is that Mystic Trance? I thought it was going to be Mystic France. No, it's Mystic Trance. Looks interesting. There's definitely some cooler tones there. It kind of reminds me of the BH Cosmetics, was it like their Royalty palette or something like that? I'm kind of getting the same vibe. And then there's also the Mirage. No, that's not it. Yes, Mirage palette, which I think the outer packaging is really beautiful, but it doesn't really match the inner colors, which kind of bothers me. And there are a few different color pops, and there's, like, blues and a bright coral. So I feel like that's a good, like, mix of half and half color, half and half neutral. But overall, none of these really spoke to me or made me that curious. But I'm sure a lot of people bought these because they are, like, brand spanking new. So I am definitely going to be watching reviews whenever they show up on my subscription feed. Alright, so before we end the video, I thought I would mention really quickly what's on my face, just in case you have any questions, because I did not film a tutorial. I used the Sassy Siennas palette, which is my February Shop My Stash, for, you know, a nice, really, really warm look. And then my lid shade and my inner corner highlight shade is from the MB Boutiques duochrome palette, which just looks like this. So I used the mermaid blue shade all over, no, sorry, mermaid green all over my lid, and I think it looks really beautiful. I did have to wet my brush. And then this shade here, I can't remember the name right now, but that's on, like, the outer third of my eye for a little extra duochrome. And then I also used this shade on the inner corner, and it's like this beautiful pinky green duochrome, which is beautiful as well. So that's what my eyeshadow is. And then highlighter is Makeup Geek Glitz, which is in my February Shop My Stash. Lipstick is Kimchi from Gerard Cosmetics, also in my Shop My Stash. And then I went ahead and topped that with the Urban Decay Midnight Cowgirl lip gloss, which gave a really, really nude lip, but I kind of lost it over time because I've been trying not to get that white line. I feel like this lip gloss gives that line really, really bad. So, but overall, the combo of these two, even though it's not very long lasting, is such a pretty nude. Maybe if I need to figure out what to do to make it last longer. So, ooh, one more thing, if you're curious about my background, it is not permanent. I just rearranged it for now because I organized all of my palettes so that I can do my most requested video ever into 3 parts. So it is coming in the future. It's going to take forever to film, but if you know what I'm talking about, if you've been requesting a certain something that has to do with all my palettes, it's coming. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.